Don't even have the palette next to me. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel today. Thank you so much for clicking on my video and stopping by my channel. My name is Alyssa and welcome to my video. I already said that. Today I am testing out, well, not really testing out, I'm giving you guys my first impressions review of the NYX Soft and Rosy Eyeshadow and Pigment Palette. I just got this in the mail. I ordered it from Ulta.com and I did a look with it today and I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts. I tried this out for the first time and I have some thoughts on it. So I'm going to go over the whole entire look. Today I used 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, actually no, I used the whole palette. Wow, I didn't even notice. So I am just gonna kind of talk you through what I did first. So this eyeshadow palette does not have a base color to put all over your lid because the lightest color is a shimmer and I don't typically like to put that as my base color. So I just used some powder, some loose, or no, pressed powder that I had that I used for my face, which is fine. That doesn't necessarily bother me that it's not in the palette because I always have powder on hand. It does say on the back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like the numbers, but it doesn't say on the front, so I don't know which way that's being translated, but I'm just gonna do the best I can. The second shade in from the left is this mauve matte color, and I use this one just for my transition area. I just started out with a little bit because I wasn't sure the pigment on it, and as you can see, it didn't have a super ton of pigment. I didn't dip in super hard, I feel like, but yeah, I definitely dipped in a couple more times because it's better to go in with a light hand and build it up. That's what I kept telling myself anyway. Next, I did the fourth shade in, which is this brown color, and I did that strictly in the crease just to deepen up the crease area and give a little bit more definition in there. Next I used this third shade in. It's this gorgeous glittery pink color, and I wasn't sure how glittery it would be, so instead of using a brush, I started out with using my finger just to get the most intense pigment out of it, and it turned out to be not super pigmented. Yeah, so I just went in and tried to build it up as much as I could, and then from there I moved on to the second to the last shade, which is this shimmery, not as shimmery, I would say. It's a darker burgundy color, and I put this on the outer third half-ish of my eye, and this was not that pigmented either. So it didn't really show up as glittery, which is fine. I actually prefer if it wasn't super glittery. So it didn't show up a ton. I tried to build it up as much as I could, and I'll show you guys an after shot after what the palette looked like after I had done my whole eyes, because I dug deep in these. I tried to get the pigment out. It did not have a super ton of kickback when I pushed my brushes into the pans, but it did have some fallout, which you guys will see in a minute, that I kept trying to brush away off my face. But it wasn't super bad though. Last, I went in with the last shade, which is just the darkest color here. I wouldn't say it's a black. It's probably a couple shades lighter than a black. It's a dark charcoal color, and I use that just on the very outer corner just to deepen up that one spot right there. And then I'm just kind of touching up, obviously getting more pigment where other spots are needed, blending where other spots are needed, and I went in with the first shade, the lightest shade there. It's got a slight shimmer to it, and I put that on the inner corner of my eye just to see what it would give me, and it wasn't very intense. I also put it down the bridge of my nose, and it's not that intense, but I think it's pretty. I think the tone is pretty of it. If it was a little bit more pigmented, I would love it even more, but I think that the color is super pretty. I just wish it was a little bit, I just wish it showed up a little bit more, but other than that, it was a really pretty color. I really liked it a lot. I ended up going in with the third shade in, that shimmery pink color, and using a brush on it to try and get more pigment out of it. I just kept trying to build it up, build it up, build it up, and that's basically where it got me. I tried to do as best as I could, and that's what I got in the end. I did put down a primer and everything. I mean, I set my eyes, did everything else with my eyes that I normally do, and I normally get way more pigment out of all my other shadows. I can't remember the exact price of this. I will list it in the description box or put it on the screen here, but I know that it was super inexpensive, and for such a small palette, I can't really complain about the price too much. I think that overall the look that I got was a very pretty and very natural look. I wish that it was a little bit more intense, because that's normally what I gravitate to, is more high quality pigmented eyeshadows, but for the price, like I said, I can't really complain too much. And I would say I would probably not repurchase this again, just because I can get other high quality shadows for a really good price elsewhere. But I will say I do like the look that did come out. I think that this is a great palette in time for Valentine's Day. You can get tons of romantic looks out of this, so I'm very excited to use it on Valentine's Day for a few shades maybe. We'll see. Would I recommend this palette? Probably not, but if you're into a lot softer, lighter looks, then this might be a good palette for you to check out, just because it is so inexpensive. If you guys have tried this palette and had any more success with it, then let me know your tips and tricks in the comments, because maybe I just did it wrong. I know that it says eyeshadow and pigment palette, so I'm assuming it means pressed pigments, as in not best applied with a brush, but some of them I did use my finger too, and I still didn't get a ton of payoff. But if you guys have any other tips and tricks, if you've tried this, then let me know in the comments, because I really do love the colors of this palette. I think it's a super good color scheme, and I can see where they were going with this. I just feel like it didn't take off where it should have been. That is my overall thoughts on the NYX Soft and Rosy eyeshadow and pigment palette. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. That way you're notified when I post a new video, which is not very often, but whenever I get new makeup, I get really excited about it and like to play and tell people about it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you guys in my next video.